What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to show you the Pecron E600 LFP. It's a portable power station that is so compact and lightweight that it actually is easy to transport. It's got some really cool features like this wireless charger right on top of the unit. And despite its small size, it has plenty of power to do lots of things. I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to run some power tools, some different appliances, give you an idea of what it can and cannot do, why I wanted to get a power station and why you may want to get a power station. Even if you already have generators, we're going to talk about some of the advantages these things have over generators. But guys, do me a favor real quick, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get started. And guys, I want to let you know that Pecron sent this out to me free of charge, and I want to thank them for doing that. Otherwise, we wouldn't be shooting this video. They simply asked me to show unboxing it, using it with some tools, and giving my review, and I get to keep the unit, and that is awesome. I want to thank them for that, and thank you guys for watching. So what I have here is the power station itself, a wall charger, a car charger, and a cable to use a solar panel charger, all in this little bag here. And right here on the front of the unit, on the left, we have the DC input for charging with the car charger, and then down below it, we have the port for charging with a solar panel or wall charger. Right here, we have our wall outlets. Here we have 12 volt DC. Has some USB ports here. You also have a cool little wireless charger. You can just lay your cell phone right there on top. You turn the unit on, you can hold that button down for, now we have the DC power that's going to charge up our phones and our USB ports, and then you can also turn on AC at the same time. I like this digital display, shows our battery, how much battery we have. And this is 614 watt hours. We'll get to that in just a moment. Right now it's showing, it's almost kind of like a fuel gauge right here. It shows the time and hours, and it changes depending on how much draw we pull out of it. The weight comes in at 20 pounds, 8.8 ounces. The exact measurements are 11.7 inches long, 8.5 inches high, and 7.8 inches wide. Specs on this are 1200 watts continuous. It does have a surge rating using intelligent buck drive technology. It's kind of like it'll have that surge power up to 2000 watts to start up devices. But our fuel tank are 614 watt hours. Let me explain what that means. It could put out 614 watts in 1 hour. But let's say we have a 100 watt light bulb. That 100 watts means that's how much that light bulb uses in 1 hour. So you could theoretically power a 100 watt light bulb for 6 hours. Or let's say you had a 600 watt light bulb. You could power that for 1 hour. All right guys, now for the fun part, we're going to be running some different scenarios, some tests. I'm going to run some light bulbs, a fan, and then I'm going to kind of do a somewhat of a torture test. I'm going to push the limits with the 15 amp circular saw, see if it'll do that. We got 15 amps. Just remember guys, 1 amp equals 120 watts. So basically we got an 1800 watt saw. That will be still within the surge of this, but our continuous is 1200. But I want to see if we can rip through a couple of 2x4s. Also, I'm going to try out a 7 amp angle grinder, see how it does with that, and some other things. But real quick, tell me what you guys would use this for. First, let's start off easy. Let's start with this LED bulb that only takes 10 watts, and let's see what the meter says on it. So I'm going to turn on the AC power. We're fully charged. Let's turn this bulb on. And you can see right there we're drawing 10 watts exactly, and it's saying we can run this 10 watts for 30 and a half hours. All right guys, so now we have a bulb that's rated at 250 watts, so let's turn it on. 250, let's see what we're drawing. So we're actually pulling out 261 watts. And notice how it says it can do this for 2.11 hours. Now this shop fan that I got from Harbor Freight, it says 1 amp on here. I find that kind of hard to believe, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on. It has a variable speed switch. Yeah, I guess it is only 1 amp. 110 watts. You could run this fan for almost 5 hours. I'm going to turn the fan off. I like that gauge. That's really cool that it tells you how many watts and then gives you an estimated time. Kind of like the range on your fuel range on your vehicle. All right, guys, before I try to cut some wood with this saw, I'm going to see if it'll just start it up, because 15 amps, that might just be the running time, or I feel like I'm going through wood. I'm going to take quite a bit. So let's just see what it does just right here on the table without cutting through anything. Will it even run it? Very slow, very slow. What did it do there? Let's see what it does. So basically it was starting it up slow. All right, let's do the same thing with my grinder right here. It's a 7 amp grinder. Again, not touching anything. Let's see what it does. All right, guys, just out of curiosity, I want to see how it's going to handle these larger wattage tools or appliances. This is a space heater rated at 1500 watts. Let's go all the way up and see what happens. Got it turned on here. I'm going to go ahead and just go full blast. And look. Yeah, we're really close to 1500 watts. It's putting out the heat. It's working. You know, maybe I didn't run it long enough on those high watt tools, but the fans haven't even kicked on yet. So now let's go see if we can cut some wood with that 15 amp circular saw. Guys, what I did was I waited till the saw got up to the proper, what felt like the proper speed, full speed. Then I started cutting, and I tell you what, it felt like no difference, no bog down or anything. It felt like it was just regular, plugged up into a regular wall outlet. That actually did far better than I expected. Cut several pieces. Very handy. And it did so well cutting that 2x4 with that 15 amp circular saw. I'm going to try to use a cutoff wheel. I'm going to use this 7 amp 4.5 inch grinder, and this is actually 1.5 inch Schedule 40 pipe, where the true dimensions are, it's almost OD outside diameter is almost 2 inches, and it's just a hair above an 1/8 inch thick, roughly, wall thickness. And just for kicks, I'm going to run it through 50 foot of extension cord. And we have 92% on the battery. it started that 7 amp grinder perfectly, but this 15 amp grinder, it still kind of is a little slow to bring it up to speed. But after using the grinder, it feels no different than being on grid power. And I used this 8 amp shop vac, and it did take a few seconds for it to get up to full speed, but it performed well. After just a few seconds, it performed normally. And guys, the main reason I've had generators is for power outages. Emergency power, whether it be after a storm or hurricane. We've gone weeks before after hurricanes without power, and this is definitely the reason I want to learn more about solar panels and power stations. And during this storm, made me think of some awesome benefits that these have over generators. It's dying down now, but it's still raining. With this now, I can go ahead and put power to where I want it to be, run some lamps, TV, power up my phone, laptop, things like that. Not have to run a generator right now. Don't have to worry about getting out into the rain with extension cords or messing with gas. I can just go ahead quietly and conveniently and comfortably go ahead and put power where I need it right now. You guys might have some essential medical devices you need to keep running, but for me, I got to go to that coffee maker, and I'm going to have 2 cups of coffee to get started. This Keurig is rated at 1500 watts, heats up that water, and right here we're pulling in. Let's turn it on here. It's got it on, and now it's kicking on at 1461 I saw there. And we started off with 99% on the battery, so I'm going to show you guys how much we have left after running 2 cups of coffee. And at the end of the first cup and beginning of the second cup, we're at 93% on the battery. And at the final cycle of the second cup, I finally heard these fans kick on for the first time. They're very quiet still, like little fans on the bottom of a laptop or something. This is the first time I actually heard those kick on. Still very quiet, and we're at 86% on the battery after 2 full cups of coffee. From start to finish, the coffee maker performed completely normal. Next up, we got this toaster. We're going to start at 83%, and much to my surprise, it actually performed completely normal. I'm going to brighten up the screen there. As you can see, we're pulling out 764 watts, and it's doing great. And just a few moments later, we got perfectly toasted bread as normal. Looks great. Check out our battery. We got 80%, so that took 6%. And next up, I'm going to try this 1600 watt microwave. Now, I'm not sure what the surge watts are, so this is probably going to be pushing this. So the rated input is 1600. I'm going to power it up here. I haven't charged it up after doing the coffee or the toast. And we're going to see if we're going to warm up some pancakes here. So I'm going to make sure we got power on. We're at 80% on the battery. And again, I have an additional extension cord added to reach the microwave. Put 30 seconds on the clock here. And
ooh, look what it's doing.
It's not working right. Something is going on. See how it's blinking? I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera or not. We're pulling in. It's working, but you can tell it's needing more power. I'm going to shut it off here before I damage something. I'm going to check and see.
Pancakes are warm. I can tell they're warm. So not quite really a fail. Just I didn't really want to damage our new microwave.
Let's try it one more time.
Add 30 seconds. Oh, it's not doing right. And this is beeping. So we got 1200 watts going in there. Oh, finally it just stopped. All right, microwave's fine. Got it plugged into the wall, and it's doing just fine.
So far, I'm pretty impressed. I'm really liking this thing. I could see it working out for farmers, ranchers. Put this in your side-by-side. You can go handle tasks that you don't have power to, don't have to mess with a big, heavy generator. Any type of contractor that finds themselves ever working at a new home without any power or maybe a vacant property, I can see this working out for many types of contractors. And what I think would be really cool would be to set up like a trailer like this one right here with some solar panels on the top, and then have your battery storage inside, power up all your power tools, charge batteries, etc. And what's really going to be cool is when the solar panels come in and I can just harness free energy from the sun to recharge that. So guys, I want to hear from you. What would you use this for? I think it's very handy. I really like it a lot. I like it so much that I went ahead and ordered the 200-watt solar panel that should be in a few days. Spent my own money buying that, and I plan on getting more of these, more solar panels, doing more videos. I want to hear from you guys. I want you to help, guide me in the right direction. What brands do you guys like? What do I need to look out for? Things of that nature. You guys that are into these already. And I'm going to make videos, and I would like to do a trailer video like I showed you before. And anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Check the link down below. I think they're going to send me a discount link, so check that. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.